Not to be outdone, Sprout matched that of NIP's dominance on Nuke, but it almost fell apart. Nip had a comeback on the cards. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. They got to round 30, and that's where finally Sprout, after leading in 13-2 at half, managed to close Mirage.
Pretty epic scenes towards the end. Came down to a 1 versus 1. The bomb could have been planted. There was 3 seconds remaining. The final kill didn't come in, and NIP, after a long and arduous process, couldn't find round number 30. We go on to Train. The third map, both teams well versed in it. NIP, after winning the first map 16-3, it felt like the 2-0 was a lock-in for them. Anything but towards the end, as Percy delivered pain again and again. 30-plus frags for him in regulation. His best showing of the tournament so far, and just in the nick of time before they are knocked out. Brilliant stuff. Forrest had some good moments with the AWP as well. We'll start the knife round, a very important one on Train map, because this is a similar map to Nuke, where CT starts are important.
Saw every frag in that game there in that highlight clip. That was pretty much all of them. Just kidding. Percy had way more than that himself. That was an impressive showing from him. A good showing from him. We talked yesterday about, okay, look, Sprout. They've had players that have been in the majors before. Dennis, obviously, Speedy, both, as you said, household names with the Mouse Sports lineup before. I'm not going to say they're new upcoming talents, but it is a showcase for teams with less experience, as they are, and for players like Percy, who are newer, to showcase themselves. He's done exactly that, I think, in that last map. Yeah,
absolutely. And Train, I'm not really sure where this one's going to go, if I'm honest. I'm trying to work out who I think will win this. It's a very tactical map, which lends itself towards Sprout's sort of gameplay, but also it's very open, which allows big game players like Dennis to have a lot of fun as well. Difficult to see where this one will go. I don't think Percy will be able to replicate that sort of form he just had there. Getting 30-plus kills is the best game of the entire tournament for him. We'll see what they can do, though. I think it'll be close. Hopefully it's not a walkover for either team. We'll see a nice competitive game of CS.
Yeah, look, absolutely. That's all we can ask for at this point in time. So, if, without further ado, we could get underway, it'll be Train, NIP versus Sprouts. And the fact of the matter is, NIP have to win. They have to win this. If they don't, it's another major miss, and you gotta wonder what's in store. Remember, there's 3 major winners on this team.
Absolutely true. 2014. 4 of you include Pitta.
True, that's right, the coach as well.
35 very early on in the round, bit of damage done already. Cyclone with the kits has been hit by either the Glocks or the PT-50s. He's actually got 2 PT-50s. That's what we call a Superman purchase, when 2 PT-50s get dropped, and the players that pick it up will purchase their own armor, boost their chances. Means they're able to walk into areas like lower ramp inside, challenge towards that connector. In terms of the inside setup, it will be German Dennis waiting at the connector, Speedy watching the upper platform. Yeah, I've got the smoke. That'll be used towards connector, but they're going to commit first. Smoke makes its way in. Connector will be Molotoved off. Bomb to be planted by NIP.
Get right gets the bomb down. Percy's on the flank already. It's Dennis from Sprout that starts off the killing. Rez gets him back, but there we go. Percy's flank. Perfect. Absolutely. Perfect C.
Perfect C. 4-on-2. Bomb taking a considerable pace. Remember, they have got the kit. Lekro waiting on the side, Dennis at the lower ramp. He can always recover these situations. 2 versus 1 seem to have been winning a lot of these in this tournament. Kits now on the bomb, but that could be the round in itself. Dennis doing a tremendous job here. Starts tagging down Speedy, and it looks like he's done it. Absolutely so. What an absolute legend. He has done that so many times in this tournament, again and again. Delivers just when NIP need him. That round looked like a lock-in for Sprout. It's 4 versus 2. Lekro gets one of them and leaves Dennis with a winnable situation. 3 kills in total. As soon as he peaked Speedy like that, he knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to go for that full defuse, finishes things off in style. A true pistol god there, and it will be the 4th buy actually from Sprout. Like we said, they rely heavily on strategy and utility, starving their opponents of time. Speedy will get the Zeus, of course. Seems like he gets that every eco. I haven't actually seen him get a kill with it, I'll be honest, but I'm sure it's going to pay off one of these days.
Percy down below. He'll hold CZ. Lecro out toward Ivy, trying to find anything he can with the UMP. Speedy looks toward the top of the ramp. USB in hand, he'll go to the taser. Let's get an angle that looks to go back toward the coils, as you call it. Get right. Doubly so. We'll find both Speedy and Natasafix. They lose one player only. That's Dennis on the way through. And it's just Percy remaining, who, as we saw, was over toward Pop Dog, which means he's well removed from B. Forrest finds him lurking with the MP7, and it's 2-0 for NIP.
Definitely is. Nothing to really write home about that. NIP just making sure it's a clean round. 4 players survive. And it's going to be the Felica now for Sprouts. Perfect start on the T side. It is a very heavy CT-sided map. Nothing really purchased apart from one flashbang suggests all 5 will go in one area and try and overwhelm. And indeed, that looks to be the case. Mid is flashing towards the main entrance and see what they can do. Cyclone will be firing the flash. 3 towards main entrance now. Flash will go in. No one really there to receive it. Reds, though, will hear the footsteps. Presumably gets at least one of these kills. Holds a more defensive line. Sprays 3 of them down. That'll be round complete. It's just whether they get a rifle to save. Doesn't look like they will. 4 kills for Reds. Bomb planted. Oh, actually not. I thought they were going to go inside with all those kills. Making sure they don't give anything away. You've got to respect that. Cyclone might be able to find 1. Okay, gets the double. If he saves the AK, that's not bad at all. He's made this expensive at least.
Bomb still not planted. Lecro's chasing him down from A main. That AK's positioning, crosshair placement looked solid, but somehow couldn't find the shots. Lecro gets him. AK not saved. 3 players staying alive. All is fine.
It is fine, but still would have loved to have kept that. Good job by Cyclone. Well, he really could do that. 3-0. First gun round begins. Natasafix has got the AWP. It allows NIP to purchase one if they want to as well. Forrest was feeding on the T side of Mirage. He's going to pick it up here on Train. Takes his money down to 0. AWP and armor. We'll see where he can make it work. Final map of the evening. Our series went 3 maps as well. Speedy alone inside for now. A lot of teams like to bully this area. Normally single anchors and good grenade. Doesn't actually connect. Good idea at least. Presence towards inside. They've got control of the brown holes. And they'll reposition at this point. Percy directly beneath them. Doesn't actually take any damage from those grenades, so good job by him. Patrolling the Pop Dog area, confirming it might be an inside play here. The AWP rotates through the connector towards the CT ramp. Molotov's in. And will they commit to this? I suggest yes with 5 players here. They have to go quickly as well. They've got no vision what's coming from T-spawn. As they'll start to line up. Yeah, Dennis will go down.
Percy with the kill, firing up through the metal floor. Rez gives up bomb. He wants to now pursue the site directly. No one's gone back to watch that flank from Percy. So keep that in mind after winning out that kill, because now Speedy slows them down. Percy's going to be on the move. He's already on the ramp. Bomb's not yet in. In fact, it won't get there because Natasafix has the shot on the AWP. Snoop D-O-double-G. Forrest left in a 1 versus, it's not 3. I was trying to rhyme, wasn't work. It was 5, and Percy gets the kill.
Well, there it is. Clean round from Sprout, doing everything they could there. Shutting down the inside execution potential. I really feel like they had to go sooner than that. I don't think Dennis even had to be part of that Pop Dog interaction. They had all 5 players there. There was no flanks coming through. I think in the first gun round especially, just go for the execution, get that bomb down. They were a little bit apprehensive, I would say, and remember, it's Lecro's first event as in-game leader, so things might be a little bit off. But in my opinion, you've got 5 people in one area like that. You need to go quickly. You need to be going within 10 seconds of getting position. Dennis has been known to be very aggressive this tournament. Natasafix said he doesn't want him to change it. He's loving it. He thinks it's a valuable asset for the team.
Shot again from Percy. Cyclone to add into it, but Lecro responds. 3-1 after the first gun round got away from NIP. Important to keep the money rolling on their side. Double up as well. That's a big investment as Lecro goes hunting, but no such luck so far.
Looking good now. 4-3 for Sprouts. Lecro's been tagged up as well. Double AWP setup with Dennis. Right. I didn't think he stood a chance there. Felt like Percy was ready and waiting for it. Stretch the lead to a 4-on-2 now. Percy will smoke himself in towards Popdog, and there's 2 terrorists remaining. Dennis and Lekro have pulled off plenty of 4-on-2s in this tournament, but can they do anything with this? Percy playing like a man possessed right now. We'll see whether he can find another. Low HP, could be flashed in. Perfect flash. Not the perfect finish. We'll give Dennis his first into the round.
Dennis spawned immediately, so 2 in a row for Sprout, both ops staying up. No need to go find them after the time. It's Sprout that looks in good stead now. Not a lot of money on the NIP side. No bomb plant on that round either. No bomb plant in either of the losses, meaning they did not get an additional 8, potentially 16 even $100. Dollar bills, Hank.
Full eco pretty much for NIP. Glocks. A P250. Dennis gets Deagle armor. Did he have more money than his teammates? Yeah, he gets himself up to 2k, so that's fine. Hoping to find the kill on Natto. There's Rez with his Desert Eagle. It's an vicious shot. Dennis will go down first. Not before doing 90 damage, though.
Percy. He is still looking sharp. 6 kills now. Started out on the pistol with a flank, but now doing reasonable damage at Popdog and successful in holding it. And Safix will be slightly annoyed. His teammate got in his way, but he gets the op out for Dennis, and Forrest will run back. 1:04. Only 2 to find. Forrest and Lekro. Shot from Safix to find Lekro. Forrest getting 1 back, wants a gun for it, but there's not much available. Deagle instead. At A main, he's got 4 HP. The nade goes slightly far to take him down, but does significant damage nonetheless.
Forrest trying to find a 1 deke here. It's all in vain, really. It won't equate to a round of victory. Dennis will finish things off. That double orb setup as soon as it come out. It has been pretty powerful. So if you're just joining us, I'm sure you've seen all the conversations going on social media right now about the implication of this game. NIP have not qualified for the last 3 majors. This would be their 4th if they can't make it through. This is an elimination game. We're not even getting to the point where you're in the conversation to make it to the major. This is them staying in the minor. Lose this map and they're out, and it's opposition like Sprout. I feel like, sure, they've been playing a lot better than people expected, but NIP, the players they've got, the history that's there, they need this. Need to stay in the tournament, and it's going to be an opening pick. Make it 2 now for Sprouts. 5-on-3. Good smoke by Percy. Trying to stay alive here, but Rez gunning anyone down in front of him. Cyclone behind the green train.
Flash out to Sandwich. Cyclone gets get right down. Forrest wants to swing back to the E-box, and he will, but Cyclone beats him again with the gun. Sprout about to take a lead on the CT side in this map 3. Decider and elimination match. Sprout have it 4-3.
4-3.
And guns again gone for NIP.
Absolutely so. These orbs are becoming a little bit problematic. And remember, NIP don't really have a solution to the AWP problem because they don't really have a main orb. It's Forrest who can pick it up. Dennis will sometimes on the CT side. But on such an orb-centric map, to shut down a double orb setup, they need really technical executions. And I'm sure with the little practice they've got, they've played 25 maps total officially with Lekro. So we'll be practicing between that, of course, but it's not like they're going to have perfect executions in every single map. This was the 3rd map pick, so they definitely can play it, but can they best Sprout here? A map that really lends itself. The same thing I said, remember when Big were playing in Cologne, I said, why would you let it get the train? They're such a tactical team. It really lends itself to their play style. You can't really shut them down with aggression. Very similar scenes here. Especially on the CT side, you can't really find opening picks unless the T's are willing to give them to you.
So Speedy off of the ramp will work back inside of the site. Percy spots the feet yet again. He's playing very aggressively in that position, and yet no nades have really gone in that direction to distill him. Safix looks away as they walk in the ramp, but still gets the shot onto Dennis. Well timed. They're working down the tank line, though, and him scoped in could cost him dearly. In fact, oh, Get Right. Oh, no, not again. Get Right. Forest does get him down, but it's going to cost them tremendously. Bomb gets planted, but they're a man down, which potentially they shouldn't be. And Lekro suddenly the last alive.
And it's going to be Percy to attempt the jump on top of the bomb site there, but it's not going to matter that he missed it. Molotov on the bomb, but that's flushed everyone else. NIP are no more, and it'll be 5-3. We'll see whether this next buy, with maximum loss bonus, the bomb going down, will they buy up the AWP again? The thing is as well, you consider all of their players to be riflers, right? So you don't really want to see them on the AWP. You know what they're capable of with the AKs. It's such a difficult situation. And now Dennis goes on the AWP. Look at his spawn. It's the worst you can get. So it wasn't anything to do with that. Forrest is AWPing at the beginning of the half. Now it will be Dennis. See what he can make of it. Lost 5 rounds in a row. They've won the pistol, got the 3-0. Dennis will go for the wallbang here. No one on the other side. And Speedy's pushing at the lower ramp. He gets himself on the Dupree ledge. And Dennis will find the first pick. That's Percy going down outside. Gives NIP a nice opener here. Plenty of time. 1 minute 30. Bait out that CT utility, then go for the execution.
Speedy up toward the smoke. Advantage, but Get Right forced out of position by the Molotov. That might allow and will allow Cyclone to take back the position. Finally, Percy's found, though, that was important. Nade, Cyclone takes the damage from it. Safek's holding. Just go back out, catch the second one. Does manage to find Forrest, and now he's got Lekro as well. Back to a 3 versus 3, aware that Get Right was working in from Pop Dog, but missing the op shot. Had to go to the P250. Couldn't get anything done with it. Speedy to Will. As he walks back out with the M4, he'll find Get Right. He's the last alive, however, with 22 HP. Bomb plant yet, 27 seconds. They could work it back to Pop Dog and avoid him altogether, but Rez gets the angle, and that'll get the round. NIP bring it back to 5-4. Get guns. Still, though, they have a long way to go to break down the CT economy because they've got a round at least in hand.
Absolutely. Good job, though, by NIP getting themselves back on the horse after losing 5. T side, 4 rounds. When the opposition only has 5, is absolutely fine. They have a full buy here, but of course so does Sprout. They've got 1 more in the bag as well with the residual cash. Rez waiting for any sort of main aggression here. Orb still in the hands of Dennis. He managed to get the opening pick before. Nato playing on top of the bomb train this time. Nice incendiary to push Rez back. Will that grant the main control? Percy's thinking about it. Nades in. Wants to check it out. Flashbang as well. You can see the synergy of this team. It is very good. Nice to watch. Using their grenades effectively, not wasting them. They've now got main control. Confirmed it's clear. Got a full back. Pace round here. Molotov from Get Right to push Percy back, but the smoke blocks access. Still no frags. Or real damage inflicted here. Get Right. We talk about his role in this team currently is holding positions like this. For any flanks, we saw the Mirage. He holds A ramp. Nothing active, just holding for any aggression. It's a hard support role at this point. He is no longer, I would call, a lurker. He's not trying to make plays. He's not trying to backstab. He's literally holding for flanks, and that's absolutely fine. Someone has to do it. But he does go down. Percy will find him.
Yep, certainly does. Dennis missing the shot and the chance for a second one on the NIP side as he works in from a main, looks away but gets back that time. And it's Big D to Little D. The big shot from the AWP as he looks now toward Percy, who's inside a Pop Dog nade in his direction down to 39. He's not going to bother with the fight, tries to get away, just barely does. Now there's 2 in that position, little do they know, and Natasafix finds them from Ivy. Everything looks so good. The op getting in position, they get the first kill, but they don't hold angles, they rush it, and they get slaughtered on the way to the site.
There we go. That's going to be a reset as well. No bomb going down. I don't think it's harm. But Percy, I didn't think he'd be showing us a similar form to the previous map, but he's proven me wrong. Key frag towards the Pop Dog area to get right. And now a tactical pause from the Ninjas. 6-4 down. So anyone's game. But $1,500 for Lekra and Dennis, $1,800 for Forest, Only player that can really buy is Rez with 6,200. Get right, could get an AK and armor. So a chance to calm down, recalibrate. How can we break this defense down? We're here in the third and final map of our final best of three of the day. Both of these teams already played a best of three and lost. So this is their second of the day. AK purchase and the AWP. Matt, this is a gamble. This is a scary move by them. And Rez makes it work. Gets the headshot. He's the one with the AWP. Get right strikes with the AK-47. The gamble seems to be paying off. It's up to Cyclone now. And he can't do anything about it. This is wonderful from NIP. Signs of life still. As they smoke off towards connector, bomb should go down. And I'm assuming round is complete. Great stuff. AWP delivers the goods. Rez. Terrorist side AWPing. Absolutely works for them.
So it will be NIP bringing it back to within one. Two players surviving, however. Money has been whittled down. They've kept it close, at least, by going back and forth in the last 3 rounds. No need to pursue from the NIP side. They want 5 weapons and full utility in the next round. This one's got potential to go all the way, Henry.
Yes. We said we wanted a competitive game. We've got it. No one clearly running away with it. NIP definitely still in the conversation to take this. 5 rounds on the board. Looking to win the half. Orb for Lecro this time. And Dennis. Double orb setup on the T side of Train. It can be done. There's not many maps the T side really allows you to have double orb setups, but Train, I don't mind it too much. Especially if you're working a very slow default. Lots of long-range duels. Flashbang's perfect. Guaranteed kill. Forrest takes down Cyclone. Nice teamwork there. Lecro set him up. Nice bit of alley-oop action.
So Forrest with the smoke down wants to swing and find Dennis, who's pushing through. He's getting more and more aggressive on the Sprout side. Flash in, and he's going to get a reward for that. Gets Forrest and gets away. The smoke still there will allow him all the way back down Ivy. Meanwhile, Percy wants to push. Rez has other ideas. He's just going to hold, but I don't... Oh, I take it back, Percy. I didn't think he was going to go around the corner. I thought he might just hold in the little nook.
Well, definitely didn't do that. Pushes round. Wants the information. Maybe get a nice call. They're going towards the B-bomb site. Gets more than he bargained for, though. NIP with the advantage now. 4 versus 3. Double orb setup, though. That can still fall apart. Definitely viable. I wouldn't say it's ideal. Get right. Once again, holding the pop dog area. He has been bested a couple of times here. Looks like they're heading towards inside, potentially. Rez and Dennis in the halls right now. Rez actually a main entrance, so it will be the outside play. Get right, gets the job done this time. Now Safik surely can't do anything about this. If he gets a couple of kills and delays as long as possible, call for his teammate to come in. Nice attempt at the no-scope, and Speedy will have to pull off something remarkable here. Can't deny the plant, surely.
That's what I was thinking he might do, is if he could swing through the middle and catch off the planter, but Rez is taking no chances and relocates behind the Train. Speedy on 2 HP, and a 1 versus 2. Response the first, but Get Right controls it, and we are knotted up on 6.
Might be the money gone for the CTs as well, and indeed it is. They've got 3 players hovering around $2,000. Speedy 3K, Dennis with 4. Get Right nailing the shot down Pop Dog. That was their access point. Speedy did everything he could. Stop the bomb going down at the 10-second mark, but Rez calm. Plants in the smoke, wins the round out. Pretty much full eco here from the CTs. NIP a chance to take the lead here. Just a Deagle and a Zeus bought. They got that same flashbang they tried to push towards main entrance last time. See if they can do it.
Need to do damage. Bullets to do damage. That was a dink for 1 HP.
It's not bad, is it?
You don't see that every day, Hank.
You don't. Well then. At this point, just making sure no mistakes are made should be a guaranteed round for NIP.
Rez wraps in, good find, Cyclone falls, and he's gone underneath of the sandwich. He'll look up and find Percy's backside, stick it right in. As Rez, all the way to the bomb site, only has to worry about the pistol of Netu on top of the train. That's not optimistic. We've seen so many Zeus attempts this weekend, and not one of them has landed.
It's all been speedy as well.
Yeah, we've seen more like in this event than we normally do, and not a single success.
Yeah, it was an actual viable weapon. I think we've talked about this before when maybe 2 years ago, Cloud9 specifically.
That's 3 years ago. That was DreamHack Sweden qualifier for Cluj, 2015. Right.
And it was nothing that was using it a lot. Maps like Cash and actually finding success. I guess at that point it might have been a little bit OP. But
the famous round was when they were on Cobblestone. They snuck out from danger, got up behind them on ramp, killed them with the Zeus, which at the time costed a lot less. It was like $100, I think. Got the AKs and then clutched the round with the AKs. And it was like for like a $200 investment, they got 2 Zeus kills, one around that got them in a major.
Not bad, is it?
It was pretty unreal.
Well, NIP had the lead. Another gun round here. All power for Natus Safix, and this battle has been ongoing every single round. Percy versus Get Right. It felt like Percy had the upper hand for most of the rounds, but the last couple, Get Right has managed to take him down. Good opening pick. A little bit more active this time from Get Right. Normally just holds where he pushes. Gets them the pick they need. Now they can just sit back and wait for the reaction to come through. Who's going to be pushing? Cyclone wants to explore towards Ivy. He'll be joined by Dennis. And they're going to be successfully getting intel here. Can they actually do much with it, though?
Dennis and Sprouts, Cyclone, his teammate, will go back toward A-Main, getting all the way out from Ivy. Safix goes out, shoulder peek, gets away with it. Rez doesn't hit the shot. Now he knows he's there. He can prepare himself on the AWP, but here we go. Here's the flank. Oof. Dennis, let me show you how it's done, Dennis. As somehow 2ends gets the kill onto 1, and the flank falls apart. That is as bad as you'd see in that position, because they could have won the round on those 2 kills. Yeah,
they're going to get a quick kill there. Come out, find the AWP. Be aware that Get Right's probably in the pop dog room. He's low HP. Definitely had a chance of that, but NIP keep it calm. Get Right with 2 frags in the round. Really nice stuff to open things up from him. Nato trying to save the AWP with Speedy in towards the upper ramp / spawn area. This is a kill for him. Bomb will go off. Will everyone survive? Get Right. I presume it's safe. Yeah, he's fine. Goes down to 3 HP. Got a little bit too close right there, but he survives. 8-6 now. Final round of the first half.
Unreal. Unreal to think that NIP are still fighting for their first major in 4 tries. But there's more on the line for Sprout, because now Safix says he would dye his hair green.
That is true. If they made it to the major, he did tweet that out. Would dye his hair green. There's certainly a lot worse things that can happen, so I'm sure it'll be fine with it. Either way, need to get there first. Even if they win this game, they are not in the major. They just go through to the final stage, which is tomorrow of this minor. Another 3 best-of-3s to go. Final of which will be between the 2 teams making it to the major. That's just for cash at that point. Whoever makes the grand final is automatically into the major itself.
How Sprout Dennis missed that flag, I've just seen it again, is beyond me. Because that would have swayed the round. There's a chance they win that. There's a chance we're now sitting at a 7-7 scoreline and the money's in entirely a different state. Instead, it could be NIP pulling back the half at 9-6. Not if Percy has anything to say about it. His 13th kill, but he goes down. Lekro finally gets him. They still sit 1 back on the NIP side. It's Get Right and Lekro to work together. They'll grab the bomb and reconsider their options, as Get Right has already worked into Pop Dog. Lekro's still convinced A is the answer. While A does stand for answer, it might not be, as Get Right starts to evaluate elsewhere. He's in below Dennis and finds him as well. Brilliantly done. 2 on 2. Don't let it stop there either, because they've got the defense split up. Get Right's rotated all the way back around. He might head toward Ivy. So Lekro just has to hold. The problem is holding on top of the train. He has a lot of angles he has to cover. Speedy wants to flank. He'll push all the way through bathrooms and show up from A main. Get Right should be out of vision by the time he gets down to the bottom of the stairs. It's more important that he has a chance to find Lekro in the post plant, specifically because the bomb is taking its sweet time to get in position because of this man. Get Right's flank, the lurk. Old bomb for Cyclone. He'll be hard to spot for Get Right unless he goes wraps around at the back tracks. And Lekro is a sitting duck between 2. don't think he was spotted by Speedy, which means Cyclone can't commit to finding him, but he will be now. Speedy gets away with it. Lekr drops bomb. 20 seconds to work with. Get right. Does eventually find the man he was originally looking for, but reads wrong the direction in which Cyclone, or rather, excuse me, Speedy had gone, and gets taken down 8-7. They split the half.
They certainly do, but it's NIP on the T side that find the victory overall. It's a CT-sided map, but I don't think that means too much here. I'm sure Sprout are more than capable on the T side themselves. It really does come down to this pistol. If Sprout can win it, they've got a shout in it. If NIP can pull this one off, get the 3-0, I would say it's them. They're on the CT side now. Dennis gets dropped to CZ. He is considered the pistol king. He'll have armor to go with it. There is a kit for Get Right. He goes kit and smoke. $700 worth of kit there. Oh my god, Percy. Is that a complete drive-by? Did he even stop? It's clotheslining the lower ramp.
That is criminal. Someone get his license plate.
Yeah. What the hell? Sounds like a Wombler to me. Forest will fight back here. Doing everything he can. That's how Safix does find him the advantage, but not for long. Forest is being tagged up. Bomb still yet to be planted.
To Safix and a pistol to try and find Forest. His teammate Speedy was taken down by the man mentioned, but it's Get Right suddenly left in a 1 versus 2.
Again. He had to try and win this in the last round of the first half. We'll see what happens here. Lots to do. You have no nades. Get Right holds a connector. Best of both means he can rotate easily. They will plant lower. He's got a kit and a smoke. So not over him just yet. Remember, no armor though. Means he's very vulnerable to be peppered down by those Glock bullets. Right now, no information as to where they could go. Checking every nook and cranny of the bomb site. Trying to make sounder cues so it forces out whatever flanker will be coming in from spawn or connector. Jumping across now. No real point being stealthy because they know he's coming. Time ticking away. Just have to smoke the bomb. Hope for the best, I would say. There's a smoke. There we go. Just go for it.
Get Right, but down he is. Sprout take the advantage. 8-8, but they have the momentum on the T side of Train. That can be a difficult battle to pull back. Nip, the pressure starts to mount.
Yeah, there it is, all tied up. Mato Safix doing a fantastic job with the Glock in general. Get Right, not really much he could do in that 2 versus 1. It's just such a lack of information. You can see him checking all the flanks. Drops the smoke on the bomb before it even blooms. They hunt him down and punish him for even getting near the bomb. There is the force buy here, full commitment by NIP. CZ's in 3s, a deagle and a scout. First kill comes in, it's Cyclone. That's from the Pop Dog, and they'll fall back towards inside. No one there right now. They've got an open bomb site, a guaranteed round if this plant comes in. Which is looking likely to do so. Get Right, taken down through the smoke. That's Percy to find him. Should be just saving the scouts and the CZs there.
So Forest and Lekr head out Ivy and hold on to Le Weapon, as you would say in your homeland of France, Henry.
Exactly, I would say that. I don't like to speak French too much on broadcast. But Lekr does find one. If he can pick up that rifle or UMP, be beneficial. They are saving whatever weaponry they can. Nato Safix says, really nice shot to Lekr though.
Not just a nice one, a really nice one. Important detail. Thank you, Henry, for filling us in.
Sprout took the lead. It is going to be the eco, but remember, they saved 3 upgraded weapons here. The Scout, the CZ, the UMP. So there's always a chance when NIP have anything to work with.
Absolutely.
Get Right. We'll use the Deagle here. I think that might have been dropped by Lekr. Yeah, so Lekr dropped his Deagle to Get Right, so he didn't have to spend any cash, so now they've got a chance to try and do something with this.
Percy waiting to get out from Pop Dog. Nade will do it. Rez goes down. Dennis is the one to confirm. You have to think as well that Ents and Optic are watching on very curiously, knowing that Nip is always a threat. Those two waiting to play tomorrow in the upper bracket. Lycro, meanwhile, still on top of the train, UMP in hand. He'll try to do what he can and work back toward the E-box. It's Forrest instead behind that needs to worry about Sandwich. He spotted it, but can't hit the shot yet with the scout. That's still enough information for Lycro. He'll find the kill, and he's going to go beyond that as well. As he gets Cyclone, it's Natasafix with low HP versus 2. You were right. NIP with anything at all to work with, and you've got a chance.
You absolutely do. Would have liked to slow around from Sprout, if I'm honest. Not to say this is impossible, but minute remaining. He's got 19 HP. Has to find that bomb and kill 2 players. Still anyone's game here. NIP bouncing back though. Lost the pistol. Saved the weaponry from the failed second attempt, and here we are. Get Right finishes things off. 9-9. We'll see whether Sprout will force. I assume they will. Money's actually relatively decent, all things considered. They can get AK's armor, maybe a couple players in Galil's. There's Forrest getting it done with the scout. Lovely shot through the window. Lycro with a saved UMP. It means absolutely everything to him. Well, we wanted a competitive game, Matt. We certainly got it.
Yes, absolutely. No, this is the perfect way to finish off the evening. Is it the perfect way to finish off the event? Nip and Sprout trying to keep themselves alive to tomorrow. Knock the other out in turn. Tactical pause from Sprout.
That pause will come to an end, and we begin round number 19. Like I said, AKs and Galil's likely. There is a MAC-10 though for Nato. Wants to bring out the utility. They are a tactical team. I still think they can do this on the T-Sata train. Lends itself more to their play style than it does NIP's. So it smokes now. Flashes in. 3 players towards Ivy. Bomb still down in spawn suggests it'll be a slower paced tactic.
Dennis trying to fire into the smoke with the M4. Most recent of the 3 major winners to have been in a major, because he was still on Fnatic for a period of that time, in which Nip was absent. He's down to 13 HP, but he gets the kill and gets away. That's the key.
There we go. Dennis took down Dennis.
It's almost a lineup for Rez. Damage was there, but not the killing. Now to Safix, he's got to be careful and back away. I thought he was going directly to Old Bomb. Thankfully, Forrest was watching over his shoulder. A guardian angel from above.
From heaven.
From intervenes. Well, that's kind of what I was implying.
Yeah.
It seemed too obvious.
Just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page.
It's actually control room. Heaven used to be the other side, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that first version of Train.
Well, I had the rooftop up there.
Yep.
It's like, there's all sorts of crazy.
Even on Train in 1.6, as Percy had nowhere to go but death. Even in 1.6, there was always that side, though.
Yes,
the
indeed.
control room side.
Yeah, it was like a ledge you could go up. There was a vent up there. You went up the ladder. You get the bomb down, you can get up there. It was a pretty OP spot. But 10-9. Opening kill from NIP. They convert the round. Full eco, but looks things for Sprouts. Trying to recover after losing the 3rd round. Couldn't do it 2 rounds in a row. NIP presumably make massive amount of money here. Just Glocks, no armor, and an inside play coming in.
Get Right is inside of B. He's alone for the moment. I say that, and no sooner does Lycro get inside of the site with him. Percy and Dennis at the corner. Get Right will wait. He's got an AK-47 in hand. We'll see if he can make anything work with it. He's got the train to cover off his body, just the head to show. Likewise, he'll have small targets on entry, but he finds the first, no problem. Chases the second, goes wide. Lycro's got the bottom side covered off, and now he's got a chance to find Speedy. Rightly so, and bomb denied. And IP find round number 11.
Easy round, really. Glocks making their way through towards that inside bomb site. No bomb being planted. They'll take another tactical timeout here. Loser of this map is going home and does not progress to tomorrow. For now, Tactical timeout, nothing purchased just yet by Sprouts. They cannot afford an AWP. Or they go for the 5 AKs and little utility, or will they take a partial buy and try and do things with the full investment of the AWP, all the grenades. I'm assuming they'll get AKs here. And indeed they will. Speedy goes with the Galil instead to give them a bit more oomph to their execution.
More smoke. Not so many mirrors. Micro toward the bomb on outer. Dennis toward Ivy. Molotov in position. He's got Forrest watching and flashing him in. No one there immediately, but they are around the corner. Smoke down, suggestive that he wants to go to the dumpsters, Henry, but he doesn't, does he?
He doesn't. He is definitely suggesting it. Can be a little bit tricky spots to flush out. But now they have to check it. They might even have to Molotov it just to confirm. And I think that was it. Coming out to the minute mark. No orbs on either side. 11-9. Third map. And a very one-sided game to open this series up. 16-3 in favor of NIP. Thought the 2-0 was decided at that point, but no. They came back. Sprout and Mirage got it done. 16-14. Took all 30 rounds as the inside play comes through. Incendiary deployed by Get Right. Cyclone beats it though, and he's trying to push down towards the connector. Damage being inflicted to both teams. Bomb hasn't got to the side just yet.
Yet, and it won't. It's dropped. Get Right with the kill. Lekro takes down Natasafix and Dennis to fall next. It's looking to be a 12th round for NIP. One more and they'll have a baker's dozen.
They will. Bomb not planted again. Sprout with another eco. It's getting more and more under control for them. Looking more comfortable. 4 rounds in a row for them. Current score in the second half is 4-2. Remember, Sprout won the pistol and lost to that clever little save from NIP. All they need is a couple of deagles, maybe a UMP. They can win rounds. Can't believe how many times it's happened in this tournament, though. It's been absolutely unbelievable. Amazing nade. Look how much damage he did to Nato. I think that was just one nade landed on his feet with no armor. Takes 95 damage from it. Oh, nice work by Rez. Great aim. Rez have closed things out. In touching distance now of making it to tomorrow. All these close games will be forgotten. Got some great teams there for them, though. Optic, Ents. All ready and waiting. NIP looking to progress up the lower bracket. Long road to go still.
That's the plan. No, it is a long road, absolutely.
So we'll have the Ents Optic game tomorrow. Then the loser then plays the winner of this game, and then we have the final. Absolutely correct.
Both finalists will make it on to the next portion, the Challenger stage, which would mean that in doing that, if NIP can get through that portion, they'll have made it back to a major by virtue that the qualifier is now the major.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet 16 needs to be what they will used to be the form, but by title, they will have made it. Minors have been their nemesis, believe it or not. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and sometimes the online portion, they don't even make the LAN. I think that's happened once, but not making the LAN is pretty dicey. So, Sprout, you got anything left? 4 rounds to make it 5 in a row against them. So much money built up for NIP, it's not really a factor for them anymore. Everyone hovering around 5 digits. No orbs on the CD side, surprising.
Suffix is still waiting for that aggression that's been shown from Dennis on a few occasions toward Ivy. No one heading that direction as of yet. Percy trying to play around with that ladder as Rez down below just waiting for it. Safik still holding off toward Ivy. Has a flash thrown his direction from Dennis, who will now retreat, rotate, and get back in toward the site from the old bomb position. He'll babysit. Let Speedy and Dennis, Sprout Dennis that is, work up. Scout, or the smoke. Scout, smoke. In hand, he'll drop it down, isolate backtracks, and then rotate in. Find Dennis at the backside of the red train. Easy shot, and Rez has to hold off for Pop Dog. Good flash from Percy. It blooms as he lands. He had the game already, holds down the trigger, and it's Forrest to get one back, but that may not be enough. Sprout looking like a 10th round is on the cards. It's just Forrest to stop him, and he is in the middle of an open yard.
Well played by Sprout. Nice slow default to kick things off. Basic execution, pinstering all facets of the outside bomb site, managing to find their kills and keep 4 players alive there. You can see Cyclone getting it done as he gets out of main entrance. Getting the shots that really count. Pretty simple towards the end for him. Doesn't miss a beat. Nothing too flashy, but still very effective. Double digits for Sprout. Double AWP setup. NIP change everything here. Why not? You've got the money to do so. Macro firing off shots through the smoke gives up the game. Round 24. Getting deeper and deeper here. Around 10 minutes until we work out who's going home next.
Just about. Could be more. Had a number of overtimes already in this minor. Rez on top of Blue. Looking to try and get a shot toward A main. Forrest behind E-Box. Doesn't realize yet that Cyclone's out. He's out. He's in his face, and he's snapped back.
What?
That's impressive aim. Lekro gets him down, but it's at the cost of 2 teammates. Rez fell as well. Dennis still holding towards Sandwich. AWP realizing that they've gone by him, but can't react in time. Get right with 1 kill, but he's got 3 more to find. He'll make a little bit of noise, make his entrance known, and certainly resounding as he takes down Natasfix as well. Bomb planted. Flash in his face. Chris holding back. Keep in mind the money.
Well, they had loads of it, but they went with that double upset up. They got 1 more buy available to them, but they might not need it. Get Right is making this possible. 1 versus 1. Get Right versus Speedy. Get Right's running out of time. He's got 3 kills to his name so far. Can he find this one? Speedy doesn't even have to be part of this, really. But he'll challenge and win the round. 2 in a row now for Sprouts. Like we said, still plenty of money. They can even get a double up set up again if they wanted to, but it will start to be whittled down now.
Certainly will. Op comes out for Forrest. Now Safix has his on the T side.
Back and forth we go. Excellent series so far. First map was a great display of skill from NIP. Second was a grueling affair where they couldn't come back. Now on the ropes after looking very confident on the TT side. They've lost a couple in a row. Money starting to wear down, but Rez, that's brave, pushes towards the T steps area. Cyclone's going down here. Nice flank, good push. And that's going to force him to go inside. Surely they don't have control of this, but Speedy wants to go back and find him. Get this kill in return. It was Rez. They've got NIP the advantage here. Trying to do whatever they can. Very slow. Minute on the clock now. CTs can comfortably keep 2 players inside with the man advantage here. Lekro joined by Get Rights. Forrest of the AWPs watching towards main entrance right now. As Dennis sits in the smoke. He's behind the server there. The idea is the old bait and switch. Forrest takes the first shot, hopefully gets a kill. They try and hunt him down, and with 30 seconds, that could be enough. So Dennis doesn't want to show at all here. Doesn't want to swing out and spray. Like that, I think he'd been better off just holding, but down he goes. A chance here now for Sprouts to make the way out of Ivy.
Good find. Speedy gets Rez as well, but Get Right does respond. They still have the advantage on the NIP side. Not a lot of money built up still for Sprout, and Lekro gets a shot. All important to Dennis. Percy falls next. 2 to go for NIP to fight until tomorrow to send Sprout SPR out. Sometimes they're too obvious. Dennis, calm and collected. He did get caught with a swing, but Speedy went down immediately afterwards, so all is well for the NIP camp. Up again for Dennis. On the other side, it's back to Galils and Pistols.
CZs. 2 Galils. This is the last chance, I would say, now for Sprout. If they don't win this round, they will be broken, and it will be match point, elimination point. for an IP. Wants to play here, going for the flashbangs. Smoke's already deployed. Molotov on the train, Rez repositions. NIP got such a massive advantage here, but is not going to find the first kill. It's all falling apart. How have they made this work? Forrest needs to be the salvation as he gets to. Percy and co fighting back. This is going to be a very close round. It's not clear who's going to win a 2 versus 0 now. Oh my goodness, Matt, they've actually pulled it off.
Unbelievable. 2
Galils, 3 CZs, and that might force NIP to an eco. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I didn't think there was a chance they'd win it. The smokes were good, the flashbangs were better. Brute force outside, stifling the CT defense. Couple of kills from Forrest, but overwhelmed with the close range of the CZ. He's got too close to him. Presumably, the eco comes in.
So 2 to go and a timeout called, the first from NIP. Finally, Pitta gets to have his voice heard. Back to guns, having won it. Back to pistols for NIP. We said this had all the ingredients to go 30 rounds.
It's getting there, isn't it? Very close indeed. With this full eco, you would assume, I say that word of bated breath, that NIP can't win it, but Reds proves me wrong once again. Another great opening pick by him, and they're trying to refrag it, Matt. This is disastrous. They can't afford to give this round up. Pistols, no armor. Now the 4 versus 3, but Nato Safix doing everything he can. He equalizes the situation. Looking for their 13th round. They might be able to get it here. Reds gets another. Surely he can't find much more. It'll be Get Right coming for the Pop Dog, and Percy, that's wonderful. He knows the tendencies of Get Right. Spins around, finds it with the Pop Dog. Get into round number 28. 14-13. This could still happen. And we've always said it, Matt, the most gutting way to lose maps is right at the very last minute.
And the circumstances.
Yeah, the circumstances and the grueling affair. They played 2 best-of-3s today. They've got the distance. Oof. This round, no AWPs available for NIP. Reds, no nades. Got 26 kills, though. He's played his heart out. Have they got a kit? They do on Forest. No AWP to defend or hit that shot from Dennis. They'll spot one for a grenade, pretty decent one. 30 damage towards Nato.
Speaking of kills, Sprout Dennis has 7, that's all.
And he's had an amazing tournament. It's a shame if it goes wrong here. There's the numbers he posts. He's done very, very well.
Molotov down, Forrest still waits. Backside of the green. 55 seconds. Smokes to be. Crisscross plus a Molotov. Sidewalk still open, but that's fine. They're not going that direction. 21 seconds, full commitment. To outside. Speedy finds an important kill. Sandwich clear. That opens up hell. It'll wrap around toward Reds. He only manages 1. It's Blackbro that has to be the hero. Can't find them in the smoke despite getting up and spotting 2. Bomb will be planted by Natasafix, and no, Dennis does what he can. You're right, he got it. He denied it. With 4 seconds, they have to hold, and Dennis denied. Nipper on map and series point.
Oh my goodness, and that could be it. We've got $1,900 for Percy, Cyclone $1,500. They've got 2-round buffer here, NIP. Especially Dennis manages to find the shot through the train. Lecro applying so much damage, and here's the potential final buy of this epic, drawn-out series. 2 AK-47s, 3 pistols, and Cyclone Can't get out of the main entrance. Held off by the Molotov. One more round will do it for NIP. They'll send Sprout packing. Is overtime even possible at this point? They'll go towards inside. Usually get right stomping ground. He'll be backed up by Lekro this time though. He's got the AK-47. 4 players waiting by the lower ramp. No one towards upper. Here we go. The last attempt potentially here. If Get Right gets more than one, that could do it. The flashbang is perfect. He'll flash in return. Can't make the first kill and goes down to pistols.
Micro nades.
No,
oh,
that would have killed someone as well.
It would have, absolutely. Dennis was weak. This is not done. Bomb planted. Dennis does manage to find his counterpart on the Sprout side. Put him down with the M4 res. We'll get Natasaphics. Now they're starting to pull back toward the site. Lots of time. They've got kits. Percy on the sidewalk, isn't sure which way to go, and his teammate in front of the door pulls him back in. He manages a kill against Forrest. He's been remarkable. He's got 22. That might be where it ends because it's all on to Cyclone, and it looks like NIP will fight on for tomorrow. One of the top 3 teams, 2 of which will make the major. It won't be Sprout. They're out.
There it is, finally some victorious scenes. They look pumped up there. It means a lot to them. NIP might not have been the prettiest display, but they've got it done. Took 3 maps. The first one was excellent. Nuke looked like they were impenetrable, but Mirage fell apart right at the last round there. And Train, that was a great map. That was some good CS there. Really exciting back and forth gameplay. And you can see NIP look ecstatic. Sprout, sadly, after a well-fought tournament, they do go home.
Yeah, and hats off to them again. They're not exactly a new team. They're a carryover of... They were around last major cycle. They're a carryover of, obviously, Dennis and Speedy. I shouldn't say they're not a new team, but they're not new into this event. I'm impressed by Percy. I think that's one of the silver linings for them in this event. He's looked very solid. Natasaphics as well. First time I've really gotten to see him. He obviously wasn't on the lineup until a little bit later. They added him. But in the end, come up shy. Top 4, not bad, but not good enough to go to the major.
Certainly not, but there's definitely potential there. There's some promise. They're a good tactical team. They've got some handy players. They seem to get the most out of Dennis and Speedy as well. Percy, I agree. Didn't really catch my eye until today, but he put on a bit of a clinic in some of the maps. Unfortunately, Dennis couldn't post decent numbers there. They did everything they possibly could right up to the last moment. They gave it everything they had. There wasn't quite enough, so commiserations to them. I hope to see more from them in the future. We do get 2 majors a year now. Not enough for this year,
that's the hard part is seeing more of them in the future, apart from just the majors, because I know you get 2 of them a year, but that's a lot in between.
Yes.
A lot of Counter-Strike in there that they could be trying to qualify for.
I agree. Well, NIP live to fight another day. Just to reiterate the landscape of tomorrow, we do have 3 teams in it, basically. We have the upper bracket final, which will be between Optic and ENCE. I think that's going to be an absolutely smashing game. That's going to be the first one to kick things off tomorrow. Do not miss that. That's going to be a lot of fun. That will decide the first team who will be going to the major and to the grand final of the minor. Then we go to the lower bracket, where we'll have NIP, who will play the loser of that game. That's another best of 3, then the final, and those 2 teams have made it. For now, though, we'll leave you with a lovely...
I've got one question before we do that. ENCE versus Optic.
I've got Optic.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to answer it. I just put you on the spot.
Well, over to Parla, who's got a lovely interview lined up for us.
Hopefully we'll have a lovely interview. As you can see, all the players have dispersed, and I'm having to try to round them up like sheep. We're going to settle for Forrest, one of the legends of the game. I'd like to go back to Mirage on that final round, where it was quite a hectic attempt at taking the B site. What was going on in the teams, from the team's perspective, in those final moments?
I think we isolated pretty much every single spot until there was one left, which was balcony. And once we traded Lekro, when he killed Lekro, I got the bomb up, and I think it was 15 seconds left. I dropped down, I tried to plant, and even though we thought that we secured pretty much every single angle, one guy had sneaked through to the back of the site and managed to kill me. And then we traded him, I think, and then we tried to plant again, and he sneaks past again, kills the bomb, and then Dennis is obviously stressed. It's like 3-4 seconds left of the round, and he tries to catch up to him, but he takes the duel and wins. And I think we played it as good as that round could pretty much possibly go. Sure, it was a few angle or a few more things we could have done to really secure the round, but I think we did a hell of a comeback there, and good state of mind going into the last map.
You definitely did, and Sean Gares tweeted out something funny. It's always that round when you get right to the end after mounted comeback that you, not you as in personally, but just playing CS, that often we lose. Was that feeling creeping in at all, or was it just the structure losing itself a bit slightly on your end?
No, I don't think so. We did. Dennis did an amazing round on Mirage. I think we managed to win a 3-on-5 as well on Mirage. And leading up to that last round, it felt like, as I said, it felt like we had everything under control. I think Speedy managed to kill Gutright in the beginning, like quite late in the round. But it felt for us that we did everything as we wanted to. We came to the site as we planned, and it's just a shame we couldn't kill the guy on balcony fast enough. But no, it felt like we had that round. I think they came up a bit, I don't want to say like they played an amazing series, honestly. And so I don't know.
Forrest, you are one best of 3 away from getting a spot at the major in that consolidation final now, and you'll play either ENCE or Sprout. Firstly, which opponent do you think would be the better matchup for NIP? Sorry, not Sprout. I mean ENCE or Optic. Both green teams.
Yeah. I think the better one. I would like to play ENCE again. At the same time, I would like to play Optic again. They both beat us now, so it doesn't really matter, honestly. I think whichever we got is going to be a good opponent. It's good, 2 good teams. It feels like we're comfortable playing both.
And getting to this stage, being so close, what would it mean to you personally to get one of those spots, qualifying you to the major, especially considering NIP's long absence now from that level of competition?
Yeah, I mean, it would be great to come back to the major. We haven't been in the past 2 years, I think, so even coming this far is a good achievement at this point. But I mean, it means a lot, but there's a long way to go still. Even if we win here, we still got to get through the challenger stage at the major as well, so there's a long way to go. So one step at a time, but it would mean a lot to be back in the major circuit again.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. You can go and get some rest now. Pleasure to have a chat with you as always. That'll be it from myself on the floor for today, but we are going to close out the show with some more fantastic analysis. Trace, over to you.
Thank you very much, Paula. Again, thank you for your interviews and your efforts there. Now, I know it was tough to lasso down NIP, and NIP also seemingly had a little bit of a tough time closing this one out.
What an absolute roller coaster, winning that opening map of Nuke, where I thought Sprout would definitely have the advantage there, and then going into Mirage, that 12-3 first half, bit of a clinic T-side from the Sprouts. Unable to close with ease, and then a nice exciting comeback, and here we are on a back and forth affair of train. So the series definitely delivered, entertaining, and not only that, it was fought hard over for this spot to stay within the minor, Trace.
I like that calling them Sprouts, because in all reality, they are definitely growing as a team. They have made a pretty good showing here. They didn't quite reach the sunlight yet, and that would have been the continued path to the major. But yeah, Sprout have been eliminated. Ninjas Pajamas stay alive after closing out their train in 3 maps. And Mirage could have been a different story as well.
Yeah, also I think just the fact that NIP managed this almost huge comeback on Mirage, it probably defined how the third map would play out, you know. I think if Sprout had closed Mirage in a very more serious fashion, let's say 6-8, 6-9, NIP could have gone in a different perspective onto train.
Well, it's kind of something where we can just say there was a hell of a turnaround. Is that right?
Yeah.
It is, absolutely. You know, in the desk, we sometimes like to call some key rounds. We say some moments define what's going to happen in the map. And there was an example on train, which, in my opinion, defined the whole map. As we're about to see, this is a round where NIP actually managed to scrap an AWP and an AK and pistols. That's all they have. We see Rez finding an opening kill, Gutright profits from it, find the timing, goes out of pop, gets the kill.
Push the molly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Rez is actually going to go a little bit further and get a second kill. From this point, Sprout are forced to eco their weapons, and they lose their round.
This is, yeah, almost a narrative of NIP's entire tournament, right?
It is. But the thing is, this round was important, at least for me, for 3 reasons. First, if NIP loses this round, they have no money at all. That was the scrap buy that they could put together. We are looking at a potential 11-4 score round.
But, oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's got 3 points. We've got 2 more.
Got 3 points.
Oh, okay.
Second one, I'm going to be fast. NIP managed to upgrade all the weapons. They have nothing to invest. They survive with 5 people, going to the next round with double up and rifles. Third reason, that's what we call a free round for Lekro. He has no solution to find. It's just Rez, peeking with the up, getting a kill, Gutright using the timing, getting a second kill. For an in-game leader, that's a luxury.
That's a dream. They're not having to have too much tactical prowess in that one. It's one of those things, I guess, what Fnatic of 2015 had, where it was like, Olaf, go kill.
Do something over there. Make sure those guys are erased off the scoreboard.
Shoot them in the head.
But why, Chad? Why?
Okay, so look, I understand that the nerves and the pressure is definitely going to be getting to a young team like Sprout, but some questionable decisions started to creep in as the tightness of this game really became prevalent. We started to really notice that this was a back-and-forth affair, and the clip right here is going to show a fantastic exchange at the start of the round. Forrest is going to get flashed in by a teammate. He's going to find an opening kill. Great. Teamwork. Fantastic. Now, Dennis knows he needs to equalize it as a 4-on-5 disadvantage for the CTs. He's going to push it up into the smoke. Now, his teammate's going to flash him. More teamwork. This is what we want to see. But right here, right now is where I go, why, Trace? Why has Percy done this? On his own. No teamwork. Completely fact-finding mission. This is okay if he just stayed put. But instead, he went for a peek where he gives away the barrel of his gun, a free kill to Rez, and the 4v4 situation that Dennis just worked so hard to claw back was completely and utterly taken away, and it upset me.
Now, I imagine that frag, had he gotten it there, would have felt good. But do you imagine how good that pop flash felt good in Ivy once he landed it?
Yeah, sure. They were the highlights. We were trying to really look at the lowlights.
Yeah, I see.
These are the questions that the Sprout guys are going to be asking themselves when they go back and watch. And they're mistakes they know that they made. That's the thing. These are ones, as soon as you've done it, you've gone, maybe I should have rethought that situation. But a valiant effort nonetheless.
A huge boff situation. We can actually take a look at the head-to-head right now in the comparison. Dennis v. Dennis, the case of a 2018 minor playoff game, one might even say, if we take a look here. Dennis with 1 in versus Dennis with 2 ins. Chad, tell me something that we don't know about this.
Well, look, I think that we know everything about this. Both guys are named Dennis, and one of the Dennises is continuing forward in the tournament, and neither of them are Dennis Rodman. Nice. That's good. You can't pay for that analysis, but you can. Maniac, what do you got?
I think it's a little bit of a shame that Dennis had a quiet, way more quiet series than he had a tournament. See, he is rocking a 50 ADR, which is way below average. A little bit of a shame since it was the most important game they had to play until death. I don't think it paints the whole picture of his tournament overall, but he had to play good this map. At least train, he was very silent, and that's the worst timing ever.
Let's paint this picture right here, because Sprout did have a pretty good showing up to this point, and even this was a good showing by them. For all intents and purposes, where do you see Sprout going from here?
I guess it's just good building blocks, right? They're going to be happy with what they're able to achieve at this event. I think they went deeper than they thought that they would have themselves, so that's a positive. Obviously, heartbreak right now. They're going to be disappointed that those mistakes cropped in and they weren't able to close a match that they were definitely in contention for. But this is just positive signs and steps in the right direction. That was NIP, one of the greatest names in Counter-Strike history, you know, definitely something to put up as a notch on the board of a good match, an entertaining one for all the viewers at home, and they know what they can improve on going forward.
A notch on the board, but not quite a notch in their belt as they do fall to nip. Let's take a look at the brackets so you can understand how tomorrow is going to work. And if we take a look at the final brackets, Ints have cruised their way very easily now onto the semi of this upper bracket, where they're going to face off against Optic tomorrow morning, where the loser of that will drop down to play the Ninjas in Pajamas, who will have all night to recollect themselves and say, you know what, guys, this is what worked and didn't work. But again, 2 spots going to the major are going to come out of this bracket.
Yeah, 3 more best of 3s. So basically tomorrow, if you're the likes of Optic or Ents, you win 1 game, you're in the major spot. The other one has to battle through and win 2. So either NIP or one of those loser games, they have to win, have to play at least 2 matches here if they want to be getting stuck into that grand final position.
Now, you know, Chad, if you haven't lived under a rock for the past 5 to 10 to even almost a decade at this point, what would you do on social media this day and age?
Well, if it was me, I was loading up my telephone device with potentially Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, I would want to tweet something about this miner process that we've all been going through, and I would also include hashtag FACEITMiner.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's how I'd get the...
Did you start that one?
I'd get the juices flowing.
Oh,
I get the people activated.
Hashtag FACEITMiner is exactly right. Mr. Burchill did land it right on the nose there. The Spud himself. It's like, you know, just pop the nose in there, pop the ears on.
Oh, I'm like
Mr.
Potato Head. Okay.
Yes, indeed. Also, if you're a potato, then you're going to be missing out on this giveaway. We're giving away 2 million FACEIT points over at FACEITMajor.com/giveaway. Head over there, sign up, do the right thing, and get a chance for yourself to win some of these points and maybe even pick up a Dragon Lore if you find yourself winning it.
Or 2.
Or 2. Or 2. Or 2, like the fingers I'm going to put up when I say peace out, Cub Scouts. We're done for the day. That does it for us. We will be coming back tomorrow. We've got 3 best of 3s and 2 teams going to the major. And you do not want to miss the conclusion of the European Minor here, brought to you by FACEIT. We will be back tomorrow, so make sure you're here with us. Adios.